Welcome, Internet, to the Place on Video Games podcast, also known as the PSVG cast. I'm Elaine, and the knuckleheads are back with me again. Look, boy, these boys be giving me the gray hair. Like, just go back and see the tweets after the first episode, and everybody's like, Elaine is like over here wrangling cats, like she's about, yeah.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah. What's up, Delvin? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm the certified lover man.
I was just gonna say, for people who aren't looking at the video, his display name is. I can't decide if this is better or worse than the slap and meat one from last week.
It's much worse.
It's worse,
No,
right?
no, it's delightful.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's great, actually. I prefer this over the meat.
Is there a...
Shut up, Delvin.
Why do you hate me like that? Why? Hi, Dev. How are you doing?
Darkness!
Darkness, everybody. I'm chilling. I'm having a
are you?
time. I'm drinking. It's evening for me. Everything is good.
Yeah, the sun's still up over in whatever coast you're on, right?
Tis.
See, I'm in Jersey like, hello, darkness, my old friend, because it's starting to get dark earlier. Which I'm kind of excited about, because at least the humidity level will not be 4,000 soon. Very soon. So... And Donnie, what's up, dude? You're also
Hey
here.
guys.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Hi, Donnie.
Hi,
Lost
Donnie.
Delvin again.
Delvin's gone
Delvin
again.
back in again.
You can't have a seal of certification, lover man, if you can't stay here for the whole thing. Ain't no
It's
lady
like the
gonna
sixth
certify
time
that.
He's rejoined this call
There's
since
nothing
we started.
certified
Cool.
about that. You can't walk out and walk back in. We'll be like,
Hey
no.
chat. Hey Rebecca. Hayley. Hobie. Hey
Certified
guys.
broken man.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
For now. I didn't do that. I didn't even do that. I didn't even do that. That's you. You need to call your
the
internet provider.
in.
Dear
It
Lord.
is plugged in. That's the thing. Is keep switching from the. I'm plugging this shit out.
Do you know when you watch
No,
a really...
plug in and turn off the Wi-Fi net. Oh my God.
Do you guys...
The thing
You know
is,
when...
it shouldn't jump back and forth. It really
Yeah.
shouldn't jump back and forth. It should just stay
I
consistent.
think I've been hacked.
I love you too, Rebecca. By the Russians.
Maybe.
Yes.
That's what all the
Right,
Florida.
he's
That's what all the Florida people say.
He's
Or the
not
Nicaraguan
interestingly
women.
enough for the...
Nicaraguan women love to hack me.
Oh Lord.
I don't.
You know when you watch a scary movie and there's a part that you know is going to be bad, and you're watching it and you put your hands over your face, but then you look through your fingers. That's what me watching you chuckleheads do this crap is like right now. Just like
That's my life in general.
It's just
I just do this every time to get through life and just look. It's really hard to drive like that. Really hard, but I manage.
Yes, Rebecca, he does. We've said this.
We've done this.
Yeah.
And I've done that.
Rebecca.
Nice.
Send
Gary.
help.
Yeah, he
Send
must
help.
have. He
Send
must
help.
have.
I'm gonna replace you with Hayley.
I'm gonna replace every single one of you
With
with a
Hayley.
small child. I got 2 kids. I can replace at least 2 of y'all with intelligent conversation about.
That's debatable.
Are you talking shit about my kids?
No,
Son, you don't want to do that.
no, not at all.
You just
I'm
said
just
your
saying.
kids can't hold intelligent conversation.
Not like me. I'm charming.
Sir.
Somewhat.
Sir.
You see how we all collectively cringed at the same time?
I didn't
Well,
cringe, I
well,
just raised
well,
my eyebrows. I don't.
Let me just say this. I never want to be charming to men.
I was gonna say he is charming to me. He is.
You're the
very
one that came in
sweet.
here talking about slapping man meat and stuff.
This is also true.
Look here.
He-
And we
Don't-
can still know
don't
that
get
you're
mad.
charming. We don't have to find you charming.
No.
Which I
I don't think you should find me charming ever.
I just
Ever.
But you can still
Good.
be charming. I
Elaine
still
can
know
find
that
me
you're a
charming.
charming individual.
Hayley can find me charming. You can't find me charming.
I love how
I
he
can.
screams
I'm confident in my
exclamations
sexuality that I can find you charming.
Yeah.
while his webcam intermittently freezes. So he just keep.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I feel like I'm being hacked. Like I said.
If anybody would like to send a care package to me, get at me. I'll give you a PO box number, because the next couple months of this podcast they're gonna kill me. These guys are gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me.
I'm
Yeah.
sending cookies.
If
Yeah,
you wanna send
I
me
like
a care
cookies.
package, send cash.
Oatmeal raisin.
No, oatmeal
No.
raisin. Whoa, get
Best
out.
cookie.
Are you a 45-year-old man?
I have to agree with Donnie. I love me some oatmeal raisins.
My man.
No.
Walnut
What?
raisins too from Mrs.
But like,
Fields.
but hold
Oatmeal
on.
raisin cookies,
Best
man.
cookie? Really?
Yeah,
Trash.
best cookie.
I'm not gonna go with best cookie, but I
Thank
do
you.
love me an oatmeal raisin.
But
Trash.
people-
Dude, oatmeal raisin cookies like hot out of the oven. Gosh.
Man, that's hard. It's
Be-
delicious.
best cookie is
God.
best
Okay.
cookie
That was
is
big.
not. I will eat an oatmeal raisin cookie and then be kind of mad that the raisins aren't chocolate chips every time. Because like, why are you putting fruit in my like? Come on, like this is.
No, it's a
hot-
good mixture though.
I don't know.
It is.
No.
It works well.
Nope. But
It
I
works
like
well.
I like a peanut butter cookie or a chocolate chip
Dude,
cookie. fresh.
a hot peanut butter blossom
Just
with
no,
the
just
Hershey kiss.
I like those too, but just a straight up
Yeah.
peanut butter cookie.
I mean, we
Yeah,
can talk
same thing.
cookies.
Peanut
I mean,
butter's good.
that's
Sounds
90% of what this podcast.
I mean,
is.
it's not like
Down
all,
south stuff.
not all cookies are good because I've had some bad cookies, but like most cookies are great.
Okay, so we have to settle a discussion then. Is it a chewy cookie that's best or a crispy cookie that's best?
Ooh, I like
I want the
both.
chewy. I want the chewy, but with the outside crispy.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
crunch into it, but it's chewy in the
It needs
center
to be.
ring. Yeah,
it
yeah,
needs
yeah.
to be chewy out of the oven, or it needs to be crispy out of the oven. But yeah, like Dev said, but like still kind of have that chew to it. You don't
You
want the
gotta
burnt cookie. I don't want cracker
no,
cookie.
no.
But
No,
like
no.
I do like a nice crunch to my cookie too.
But like
I
a
agree.
slightly underbaked inside, the very
Yeah.
middle bite where it's a little
That's
gooey.
why you always got to get the cookies that were on the corners of the baking sheet on the outside, because those get those like that little slight
edges.
burn on the edge. Yeah,
Crunchy edges. I like a crunchy edge cookie.
it's good stuff.
All right, as long as we at least agree on cookie texture, we'll be all right. But
Yeah,
oatmeal
that's about
raisin, that's fine. That's what this podcast is about, right? It's not supposed to be about video games at all anymore. The questions we got on Twitter are basically all about food. I love y'all. Y'all are the best. You make me so happy. Donnie, are you playing video games? Are you actually playing video games? You are, and I know you are, and I want to hear about what you're playing. So tell me of your video games.
So let's start with Psychonauts 2 because I probably have the least amount to say on that one. I played it after beating another game that I played this weekend, and I played it for about an hour and came to a realization that I don't think I like Psychonauts nearly as much as everybody else. I don't want it to sound like a review on the game. The game is quite great. It looks good. It jumps well, like it's a platformer. I think the combat might be not my taste. They got a lot of special abilities that are mapped to all the triggers. Kind of feels weird. You're running around just smashing all the triggers in a platformer. I do feel like I'm like, this is a little odd. Just a little kind of clunky, That aside, if I could just say any one reason, it's like teeth and the gums and the brains and the earwax. I was like, it's not really my thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's just kind of a vibe. I'm not vibing with Psychonauts, and I don't know if that's like the Double Fine thing, because I said it when they bought them, and it still rings true to this day. I've never really liked a whole lot of Double Fine games. I've never really found them for me. I wasn't very excited when Xbox bought Double Fine. It doesn't do much for me. And as good as Psychonauts is, apparently, according to the reviews and what everybody else is saying, I'm not saying they're wrong. It's just another game that I'm like, I don't want to play it. So, not
fair.
for me.
So you breezed through that one and you didn't finish it. What else you got on the docket this week?
Then I played and beat Life is Strange True Colors, which the review embargo released today.
It sounds like it's good if you like Life is Strange.
Yeah,
which is
that's
not
the
an
easiest way
insult.
of putting it.
It's not an insult at all. It's like that's a good thing. If you came into it liking Life is Strange, it sounds like you will not be disappointed. Is that how you felt about it?
Pretty much. I can
Good.
give you a couple non-spoilery things about it. It's interesting. Rebecca asked me a couple weeks ago if I thought I was going to like this one more than Life is Strange 2. Having played and beaten it, I don't think I like it more than Life is Strange 2. I think that will be not a popular take from a lot of people, and I think it really just comes down to the characters. I think, okay, so when they moved away from Chloe and Max with Life is Strange 2, we saw a ton of people that were mad that the new characters weren't females, that they weren't gay, that they didn't have like one of these hooks that the series is known for. And like Daniel and his brother, like they kind of got some heat for that at the beginning. And I think as people played it, they warmed up to those characters. But I think with Alex, more people are going to find more and instantly attractive to Alex than the brothers got. All right. I think the Life is Strange 2 story was more original I think it went more places. It was more grand from a narrative perspective. And I think the only thing that really hurt Life is Strange 2 was the incredibly long time that it took for it all to release. I think if you had sat down and played Life is Strange 2 straight through, I think a lot of people would have really, really liked it. So Life is Strange True Colors is fantastic. Alex is great. I had a lot of fun times. There are very special, memorable parts of playing the game. So if you're into Life is Strange, that's why you play it. You play it for the story. And you're going to have those special moments, like the Tempest moment that we had in Life is Strange before the storm. Like, you're going to have that again. Something very similar to that. I think the kind of open exploration that the town has is kind of a natural step forward for the series. I think it does add a lot to it. I wish there was more there. Like, I wish it was bigger, grander. I think there's a lot more that they can do with that going forward. But I did have some issues, and I thought some of the issues that I had would maybe be a little different than what some of the reviewers were said. I know, to be fair, I didn't read any reviews. I did retweet it. It seems like it's getting very good reviews. I think if I was a reviewer, I think I said I would have given it like an 8.5. I think that's like a great way of putting it. So my issues didn't rob me from having a great time. I just didn't. My biggest issue, I think the one that the one that I'm eager to hear other people tell me about. Like, if I could give one opinion and have other people come tell me what they think, the one that I'm most interested in. So Alex's power in this game centers around her ability to feel empathy for others, right? And they put a lot into this. As other people feel, so does she feel. And I was interested when they went into the game how that would work. Like, what does that do, right? And there's one particular situation in the game where that comes through, like, right away. Like, this person feels it, she feels it, and then it manifests. And to be honest with you, in a way that I was kind of thinking, like, this power is like a weakness that needs to be managed or, maintained. That didn't really play out from that point from the rest of the game forward. And anyway, and long story short, I feel like it kind of... I've been pondering the best way of saying this. I don't feel like they stayed true to that idea. As you continue along the game, her power gets stronger in a way that I don't find is true to, like, its nature at its core. Later, it becomes more like a telepathy thing. She can read people's minds, or she can evoke memories out of inanimate objects. And I'm like, that's not empathy. That's like some whole other psychic gypsies type stuff. And it's weird because in one way, I'm not opposed to doing it. It's fine, right? Like, we're talking about Life is Strange. I used to be able to rewind time.
Right. I was just going to say, like, let's not get too uppity here.
If you take it at face value and just run with it, you have a great time. It's a great story. But at the same time, I was really interested in how this would be different. And, like, the way that they essentially give her power to find out things throughout the narrative kind of feels cheap or easy. It's just like, well, if you can just go around and read everybody's minds, like, it really doesn't matter what they're feeling if you can just know what they're thinking. So in that regards, I just felt like it was a little miss for me. And then, to be honest with you, like, the main plot for half of the game, I would say, I want to say it's a little more than half, but we'll just be nice and say half the game, is very basic evil corporation, let's take down the man type of plot stuff, which I gotta tell you at this point, like, I'm kind of over. Like, I get it. We've done this with, like, every fictional character and every superhero. It's like, like the whole evil faceless corporation, like, there is a mystery and it does unfold and there is a twist, and from that twist forward, it's great. But the whole getting there, I was kind of like, this is a little weak for Life is Strange because their narratives are usually so rich and complicated, and I wasn't finding that until the twist. So, that said, I did romance Steph, Rebecca, of course. You know. At the end, I call it a chapter, but there's an entire experience that hits really home for me in the sense that there involves, like, a group home And I don't want to spoil the story for people, but if anybody's ever heard my DLC with Dev, a lot of the same themes that you'll already mentioned, bars on the door, eating in canteens and cafeteria, these are things that I've experienced in my own life. And I thought that they did that very well in terms of portraying it accurately. And from that point forward, the game picked up in a major way for me, kind of on the back end. So all things aside, I had a great time. Again, I'm not trying to throw stones at it. There's more nitpicky than anything else. It was Life is Strange. It was great. I do think I prefer the other Life is Strange games more. I don't know if I prefer Tell Me Why more. I think I kind of look at these two games kind of in the same way. But Tell Me Why had much better puzzles.
Okay.
And I do think I enjoyed the gameplay of Tell Me Why maybe a little bit more.
This is the first one that they are dropping all as one package, correct? Instead of giving it to us episodically.
And it's pretty short too. It's not super long.
None of them really have been when played straight through. None of them are as long as you think they are. Your
Life
brain
is Strange 2 is longer than this.
Life is Strange 2 is the longest of the bunch.
Yeah, I feel like those chapters in Life is Strange 2 were like 2.5 hours apiece.
Yeah. I mean, like, Before the Storm was very brief. The first Life is Strange.
This feels a lot more like Before the Storm.
That's fair.
It does.
I'm still really looking forward to playing this. I could go for this right now.
I played it for about an hour the first night, and then I beat it the next day.
Fair enough.
I don't know what a playtime is. 5-6 hours maybe, if I had to guess, but it wasn't. It was kind of a breeze.
That's fair.
I have questions.
Oh, no.
I'll try to have answers.
How dare you?
Okay. So, usually with these Life is Strange games, and Don't Not games in general,
Yeah.
the story is
Or Deck 9.
Or Deck 9 too. Yeah, because they both counted this. The story is very personal. Does this feel like that? Like Tell Me Why it was like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Life is Strange.
a Life is Strange game. You're gonna feel like you know and understand Alex's choices and what she does. You're gonna feel like it all makes sense. The story overall, and I didn't say this. The story is a little coincidental, kind of. Like when I got to the end, I was like, like there were things I had things I wanted to say.
When you really look at Life is Strange, that happens more often than not.
It does.
It's about the people. It's not about the narrative. When you really distill it.
I asked that because when you said the whole evil corporation thing, I got a little nervous. Like,
That's the backdrop of what's happening, the plot. And personally, I enjoyed, like, with what Max was going through with, like, the suicide and the school, and then you had Chloe's, like, the stepdad, and what he, like, there's lots of narratives that are going on, and they're all being weaved together, right? And then you go to Life is Strange 2, and you've got his brothers on the run, and you've got what's happened with the dad, and then you've got racism, and, like, there's a lot of stuff going on. This one feels like there's not as much stuff going on.
Fair enough.
This feels a little bit more straightforward than that. And that's what I felt like I was missing from just a plot. Like the whole, like, we've got this, the corporation is called, what's it called? I just lost it. Typhon? Typhon.
That sounds evil.
It's not Typhoon, it's Typhon.
That sounds
And they're like, these Typhon, and like Typhon basically doesn't have a face, doesn't have a name. They just kind of do evil stuff, and you're going to figure out why. It's like a Nancy Drew novel, or like like something like that. That's kind of like what this feels like.
Murder, She Wrote, Donnie.
Yeah,
Murder, She Wrote.
That's kind of what it is.
I'm glad. I mean, it sounds like a thing I want to play because I like Life is Strange, so I'm kind of excited to hear that.
I said this in my tweet. I think I said this in the Discord. If I didn't, I definitely mean it. I don't feel like most people will think that about me. I feel like it might be, when I was thinking it up, I was even talking to my wife about it while we were playing, because she plays these games with me, and I told her, and she told me that she felt it wasn't as original as the previous games. And then when I told her what I was thinking about the powers and stuff, she was like, it might be a bit too critiquey. Fair. It might be a bit too, like, I might be being, maybe just, I don't know. I don't want to say harsh because I don't feel like I'm being harsh, but just maybe that bothered me a little bit more than it will most. I don't expect everybody to come away with it that way, but it bothered me to the point where I felt like I needed to say it. It was one of those things. I was like, I feel like this should probably be brought up like in a review aspect. Like, with Life is Strange, it's interesting because as you already said, it's about the characters. I think sometimes these games, you can get too attached to the character and you just put all of your love into the character. And you're like, I love this game because Max is amazing. It's like, but it is still a video game. Like, so like, let's still talk about the game too, so.
I agree with that sentiment. Does the world building in it feel immersive? Like you feel like you're in the story?
The town, because of how... Tell Me Why is the best example, because the other games were more linear. You know, like even on the first game, you still kind of had like the little campus, but it was basically a glorified backyard. Yeah. This town is more open. Like once you get to the town part, you can like leave the building and go to the park and go to 3 different other buildings if you want to at any time. So it feels open. It's not open world, don't get me wrong, it's small, but it feels open. And I actually messaged Delvin, now that I'm talking to you, I remember I messaged you and I told you this past week, and I think you're going to like it a lot, because when I was playing it, it feels very Telltale-ish, and I don't know how to say that. Like, I don't know exactly like why I feel that way, but I think anybody that's played both knows that there's a difference, and yes. I do feel like this Life is Strange feels a little Telltale-ish. And I hope that I want somebody to tell me if they think that as well, because it just some of the other characters and what they do feels a little Telltale-ish.
Well, now you know, and I got to bring this other question up. So, do the choices matter like in Telltale games, or like when you pick something, it's a drastic decision, but then it all kind of comes back around and it's almost the same choice at the end?
Some decisions matter. Most of them don't as much.
Okay.
The previous Life is Strange games felt the same way. There were like keystone choices that matter. The rest are incidental.
I do feel like when I finished each chapter, I had a lot more choices to look back on. There was like 10. There were like, here's 10 or 12 decisions. Like, here's what you did and here's what everybody else did. And there was pages of them. Like, you can tab through them. I was like, wow, there's a lot more of these than I remember.
Well, that's cool.
I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe the last game did too and I've just forgotten. It's been a minute. But I felt like there was more of them this time. But they all don't, like, matter. They don't all have a lot of significance. But some of them do. Mainly your romancing options. Which is Life is Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Par for the course. It's a good game.
I'm glad you like it. I'm really looking forward to picking it up. I'm going camping this weekend, so I'm going to pick it up on Sunday when I return from the wilderness. So
I think a lot of people are going to love it. Yeah, it's more Life is Strange. I could take more of this. And I didn't even mind that it was smaller. You know, it was great to be able to play a game.
That's what I want. I want more Life is Strange. Dev and Delvin are both playing a game that I want to discuss because I Googled it before we started this podcast and I went, oh shit, I think I need to play this. F.I.S.T? Talk to me about this video game because I want. Okay, so in my head.
How far are you, Delvin?
I'm not that far in it. If you don't know, I'm very stupid in games that are like Metroidvania. You can just laugh at it. I'm very stupid, but that's fine.
Do you have problems reading maps? Are you scared of maps? So this is for some reason my brain read F.I.S.T and thought Sifu, which is not what this game is, but that's where my brain. And then I Googled it and I was like, that says Metroidvania. I'm excited. Please tell me more information. Yes. See, Dev knows who I am.
You are a rabbit with a giant fist punching things.
BRB, I got to go play this game. This podcast is over. I'm out. It's a rabbit with a giant fist?
Yes.
What's the rabbit's name,
He has a mechanical fist on his back that he uses to beat the mess out of stuff. So he's got his regular hands.
Yes.
But he's also got this backpack with the fist that just jacks stuff up.
Hands or paws?
It's
a rabbit, right?
Okay,
all right.
Hands.
Yes.
What? I don't feel
weird.
I don't feel comfortable with this discussion.
Okay, the best.
I'm scared.
I think I can describe this part because I've been paying attention to the story so far.
Okay.
You're this anthropomorphic rabbit.
Okay.
And you were part of like this. It's like this corporation who's taking over this city and stuff like that. And this rabbit was apparently a resistance fighter from back in the day, and he had this giant mech suit. Something happened. The mech suit got destroyed.
Okay.
His homie what his homie is, like a moose or something like that?
He's a bear.
Is a bear?
They
moose?
said
oh my
bear?
God. Several times.
Okay.
Urso is a bear.
Okay. The bear.
Shark, whale, something.
So the bear was trying to get him back in the game, and he couldn't fix his suit, but he only fixed. Well, yes, this is furry territory completely. He only can fix the hand.
And then he strapped it to the back of the rabbit?
Yes. But what happens is
that's how it works. It's strapped to your back. That's the way the weapon works.
What happens is his homie, the bear, gets captured by the corporations,
Okay.
And the rabbit's like, I gotta strap up, go free my homie out of the prison, and that's how it starts.
Yeah.
That's essentially the
Basically,
plot.
yeah.
I love this so much,
Fist.
but I feel bad for how much I like this already. Like, I'm very excited. So,
Forged
is it...
in Shadow Torch.
Yeah, I figured it stood for some nonsense. You obviously acquire powers and unlock ways you can go places. Do they modify the base weapon, or do they add other things to said rabbit?
Both.
Are we building back the mech suit in the video game?
Feels like it.
It feels that way. You definitely level up the little fist weapon actually gets upgrades, but then so do you as the rabbit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play. Is this thing out on everything? Is this only on PlayStation?
I think it's out on everything.
PC.
I'm gonna play this.
It's only on
video game.
PlayStation and PC? Wow.
Yeah.
And it's not expensive. It's like $29?
I think it's less than that. I think it's 25. Maybe that was on sale because of the PS Plus. It was a PS Plus discounted game.
I have that too. Sure.
Stuff. Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. I get excited about new Metroidvanias. I mean, look, there's a rabbit and a bear. I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm in.
They throw you right into it. It's like, yeah, you're sitting at a bar, you're sitting with your homeboy, it's your birthday, and he's just like, look, man, we gotta stop this. We gotta get in the game. The rabbit's like, nah, Doc, I'm not with that. I'm
out
here.
I'm out.
I'm out the game. That was back then. It's over with. And your boy gets captured, and it's like, all right, gotta do this one more time. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
I'm gonna.
It would be a great anime. Shoot.
Yeah,
this would be a cool anime. Yeah, I'd watch this anime.
But yeah,
I would not tell
totally
anyone, but I would. I'm excited about that. Yeah, like, you know how I feel about those video games. They feel good.
It feels good too. Like, it's not. It's not just that it's a Metroidvania, but the actual control, the movement. Like, it's almost. I can tell that it's going to be very Ori-like in the fact that you're going to have to be able to chain moves together to be able to get to different places. So, like, right now, I've only unlocked the dash and the double jump. But there's going to be way more stuff.
Yes.
Online. And even with that, you get a map, and it's like, okay, I can't get there now, but I know I'm going to unlock something to get back there. So you got the whole backtracking, trying to unlock stuff. It moves really well. It feels good. There is a little bit of jank in it, mainly during the cutscenes, though. Like, during the little cutscenes or whatnot, like, there's some motion blur type weirdness, a little bit of jittering. But other than that, like, when you're actually in the combat, it feels really smooth.
Nice.
Really precise. It looks really nice, like the backdrops, because it's just a
pretty
side
game
scroller, basically. So you have all of these pre-rendered backgrounds that are just really, really nice.
I'm excited.
And it's fun. And
I'm ready.
I'm excited to upgrade the fist and just beat the mess out of the
beat the bejesus out of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
What you need to know with Metroidvanias is, do the upgrades feel meaningful? But does the movement feel good? Because you're in those games for so long and you're constantly doubling back. So if moving through the game feels crappy, then it's like, I'm done. I'm out. Yeah. So, oh no. Not another video game.
If you played Super Metroid, you know the wall jumping, how it never quite felt great. Like, it was like way too much timing. This blows out the water. The double jump is like bam, bam, bam.
You're speaking languages.
Do you know how many? Much better.
Do you know how many video games are out like this week alone? Like, I don't have time.
A lot.
Oh, what's sleep? I don't need to sleep. It'll be fine. Delvin, what else are you playing besides rabbit furry violence game?
I am playing something that is a Delvin
game.
Yes. I am playing, what is it called? Creed boxing.
Oh, how is it?
It's a dumb boxing game. It's like, Donnie, you probably remember this. Well, Dev probably remembers this. Donnie's not as old as me and Dev.
Ready to Rumble?
So, yes.
Oh, is it? I was going to say, is it
Come
Ready
on,
to
man.
Rumble?
What the hell are
Is
you
it
talking
Punch
about?
Out? Like, what game is it? All right.
It's legit Ready to. It's like they remade Ready to Rumble and just took all the characters from Rocky and put them in the game.
No, I'm going to buy the game.
Damn it!
I've been waiting for somebody to tell me that.
I will say this: it doesn't play as crisp yet. If you can find it on sale, because the game is bare bones. It's versus, and it's like this story arcade mode, which you can pick. It's kind of like how you play Street Fighter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where you can pick a character and you fight different boxers and.
Do they get different stories?
Yes.
Well, that's awesome then. Yeah, it's a Black Friday pickup for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so if
That's
you
what I'm
play
doing. I'm
as
gonna put it on my Amazon wish.
Yeah, and get it on Switch for like $15.
Yep.
perfect, that's the perfect price.
Yep.
Because you play,
Switch?
Yes,
I don't know.
Dev.
It already looks
On
janky
Switch.
like it's a
Oh,
PS2
God.
game.
That
Well,
means it
listen to
could
him
run on
earlier.
the Switch,
On
fine.
regular
Games
systems,
only
I'm
matter when they're played in the stations of play.
No, not
Everything
not even
else
on
is just
PlayStation.
middling.
Are we gonna fight
I'm not
this
even
early?
tripping off
We might.
PlayStation. It could be
We
on
might.
Xbox. It's just
We
a
might
matter
have
of,
to.
like, it already looks
Well-
like it runs janky, so I'm like the Switch cut might.
I want
be
on
even
Switch.
Worse.
I've done it before. I'll do it again.
I will say this.
Yes, I know.
Let's do
I
it.
got it on Xbox.
Because guess what? In 4 months, the PlayStation disc that it comes on is going to be worth 75 cents. And the Switch cartridge that it comes on will be worth $46. That's why.
So ridiculous.
I'm not allowing any of this nonsense. Talk to me more about this unboxing game because I'm like way about it right now.
It's fun. It's dumb. Like I said, you can play the arcade mode, and based on who you pick, it tells you a story. Like I'm playing right now with Adonis Creed.
Why?
Because
Dude, you need to
Everybody-
take Drago to the finish line. Just like rewrite history.
I'm
The
gonna
Russians
get that
win.
right now. I'm gonna get that
Rocky
right now.
gets his ass beat and it's all over.
This is you can't start as Drago.
Oh, that's a
You
shame.
have, you
Oh,
have to
you have
unlock
to
him.
unlock him.
Oh.
Okay.
Is
Well,
Apollo
I mean,
in it? Can
Of
You have
course.
to unlock him.
Of course. You
You
got
have to
Mr.
unlock
T.
Apollo. Everybody from the main Rocky games are in it.
Yeah.
And they have some weird thing where they do this like I'm playing as Adonis. And the first fight is somebody from the original movie. And the second fight in the game is literally the bouncer who throws you out, who threw out Adonis and like Creed.
That's amazing,
What?
actually. That's
What?
awesome.
All
right,
I
okay.
love that level of fan
All right,
service. That's
fine.
great.
Yeah, that's a lot of
stupid game.
there's a lot of cool fan service in the game in terms of like you when you're Adonis, you have
Can I
Rocky
fight
talking to
Paulie?
you. I don't think Paulie's in the game. I didn't.
Can I fight the robot?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Let the man.
I know for a fact. I know for a fact, like I said, during the Adonis story mode, Rocky's there talking to you, and every like between bouts and stuff, you do like exercises like the Rocky movie and stuff,
Sure.
like hit the punching bag and stuff like that.
Is it legit? Is it Sly?
It sounds like him, but it could be a knockoff. You know, everybody has their own Sly Stallone voice. I will say this: it gets you hyped up when you start the game and you hear the theme from Rocky.
Dun,
And you hear
dun,
Eye of the-
dun, 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 dun,
or you hear
dun,
Eye of the
dun,
Tiger.
dun, 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 dun.
Yes, and you hear
I-
Eye of the Tiger. I'm like, oh,
I can
okay.
see it now. Delvins, he's just there punching ribs, and in the
Yeah.
background's like some bitrate cameo voiceover. He's like,
Yeah.
"Look, it ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward."
I think that line is actually used in the game.
See?
I think because
Oh, of course it is.
because I played when you play I played the story mode, which is the arcade mode with Adonis, but they said you can play the versus mode to unlock people, and that's just like single bouts and they unlock as you play. So I played that with Rocky, and I think he said that while I was playing that mode, like doing one of the rounds. The rounds are short. The rounds are like 1 minute each.
I need this video game.
That's
I need
amazing.
it. I need
Is
this
there an
video
online
game.
mode?
Who's in Rocky 5? Who's that guy? Tommy?
Who cares?
Tommy.
Rocky.
Tommy? Is Tommy in it
Rocky
too?
5 is a bad film.
It's
Tommy
horrible.
Gunn, right?
If
Yes.
Tommy Gunn
What a
is-
great boxing name. Tommy
I am-
Gunn.
he was an actual boxer too.
I know.
Yeah. If he's in it, I'm not unlocking him.
You can
I'm just-
rewrite history, Delvin.
No.
No one wants that guy to win.
I want that
It's only
Street
history
Fighter. I don't want to
we
see
need to
the Street
rewrite
Fighter ending
is-
with Drago.
Apollo being alive. That's the only history we need to rewrite.
I want to
Yeah.
see the ending where Apollo just wins he just beats everybody. Like, don't you want to know what that Street Fighter ending is? Like, I need that screen capture.
I want Clubber Lang to beat everybody, including
Just-
Drago.
Can you kill people? Like, can you literally just beat them and they're dead? They're like, you killed Apollo Creed, you monster.
That it's just a black screen with those letters in white
Yeah.
at the very end.
Like his corner tries to
the
get in,
towel
you
thrown
knock
in.
him out too. There's like
Just-
multiple
you
people
pick
in the
up
ring.
chair and just end it.
Yes.
Like you're terrible.
Dude,
Jesus,
Clubber Lang
Donnie.
was terrifying.
I love
Yeah.
him.
Dude, in Rocky 3, when he swings and you hear that whoosh, you're like, oh God.
I will say this, and I think this is a big plus on the
We
game.
need Mike Tyson DLC.
No Thunder Lips.
No.
No Thunder
Thank God.
Lips.
What?
None. He's not
What
in the
a
game.
trash. Get out of here.
Oh, you really
No
swung
Thunder
hard
Lips.
on this, huh?
Nah.
Do you have any idea how much gratification I would get by beating up Hulk Hogan as everybody in the Rocky series. Just one after the other. Just
That's that guy. Just line him up, baby.
that'd be the best.
Okay, I'm here for that. Let's get some DLC with that character so we can do that. I don't need more video games to buy, but I'm gonna put this on my list for Black Friday because now I want to play it.
I think it does have an online mode too. I gotta look at it when I play again. You know I don't do that, Dev, but I'll look at it.
I know you don't play the online.
He's
but
scared.
This could be a fun me versus you game. Like, let's see how bad at video games you really are.
Patreon exclusive.
I was just gonna say that doesn't sound like it's gonna end in fun. It sounds like it's gonna end in tears. Who's gonna cry?
Really.
You're not gonna cry? He's not gonna.
What if Dev got worked?
I don't.
Yeah.
What if Dev has no idea what he's getting into? Like, he doesn't land a single punch. It's like Rocky 3 all over again.
Absolutely. Or it reminded me of the Simpsons episode where Homer is getting his ass whooped by Bart, and Bart finally Homer turns it around and he just whoops his ass. It could be that. But you got to play. You got to step up to the challenge, though. Come on, let's go.
All I hear are penises being waved around on this podcast right now. That's what I hear. I hear the
That's
whooshing
dark,
of
Elaine.
the
You just
people.
went straight to...
That's
Where is your mind at?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't ever want that to happen.
Right?
Ever.
I think we all can be in agreement of this.
Yes.
That will be the one moment I walk out. Like,
Is that when you leave? Good. That's note to self. All right. Jesus. Speaking of, this is what happens when you guys bring me to this place. This is all your fault. Mom's mad. That's where we're at now. Speaking of online, Dev, you're playing Destiny 2 again. Still again.
Still, because you know it's the greatest ongoing game of this generation. So basically, you know, the new season started and they've changed their model to what it was kind of teased at when they first originally teased Destiny. It was supposed to be this game where every week there was something new to do.
Right.
We finally got to the point where every season, every week, there's like the continuation of the storyline. There's something new to do in the game. So at this point, like you log in like once every week, play through the story mode, see what's going on, get your powerfuls and stuff like that. And I mean,
just
the gameplay
Fortnite?
loop is still fun. Fuck Fortnite. You know,
I mean, it is just Fortnite, right? That's what they do, right?
No. Fortnite has like a seasonal thing where it's just, you know, you get in, you're done. But this is building on years and years and years and years of story, and every week there's something new.
As Will Smith in Destiny.
If you
Because you
create
can
your
in
character, like,
Fortnite.
I'm sure.
Think about that.
You can pretend.
You can
pretend all you
pretend. It's a whole world of video games. You can pretend anything.
Do whatever you want.
Can you
Sure, you
kill
can do Will Smith.
Superman with a gun?
Sure. Absolutely.
That is
there will
such
be
a-
some Titan that is running around in PvP that looks like Superman. You can take him out.
It's true.
You do what you want. Shotgun to the face.
Is it still
Superman
good, man?
bullets.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm
The
loving
Destiny.
it. I'm
Okay.
really excited. You know, nobody's over here shaming you for your Life is Strange that you're still playing part whatever it is.
This
listened to
podcast
you,
is
and I
sass
was
right now.
enthralled by that.
It's just propaganda.
Holy balls. Gentlemen.
It was a nice time. I listened
It's
to
just
your game.
propaganda.
I don't want to play it, but I'd watch the story. Okay? I enjoy Destiny's sci-fi ass story.
You know when the Jehovah's
The world is
Witnesses
about
knock
to
on your
come to
door
an
with like the
end.
pamphlets and stuff?
I'm not trying to get you to play. That shit
Big
is stale.
energy.
Have you heard about my Lord and Savior Destiny 2?
That's
I'm sorry,
Travelers.
Dev, I'm on your team,
Have
but
you
I just
heard
needed
right
Traveler
there.
of the Light. Can I
Like if he had
interest you in the light?
he had a
Let's
white
speak
shirt
to
and a
that.
black tie, I mean, it is just
No, be nice, because this video game is
Lord
actually
have
fun, and
mercy.
I'm looking for an excuse, so give me an excuse.
Can you
If you
play
like
as Travis
a-
Scott?
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
Sure.
He's in
again, You
Fortnite.
can be whoever you want. You can be whoever you want. It's your fantasy, though. And if you want to be Travis Scott, you can be.
It's your fantasy.
Can I do it while
Don't-
playing sicko
Don't,
mode?
don't open, look,
Elaine and I went to the same place.
we've already started at furries, and now we're here, and I don't think those words,
Dev said that, and Elaine and I were just like, "Oh no!"
like, my
Whatever you
butt
wanna be,
clenched.
Delvin.
I was like, let's not do this today.
But yeah, the story is getting really good. We're getting to the point where it's like the Empire Strikes Back section where the bad guys are starting to win, and you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on so we can get to the Return of the Jedi. So that's where we're at in the story right now, and it's just getting really good. And again, it's some of the best gameplay loop in gaming. Like the loop is fun, the gameplay is fun, the gunplay is fun, and they keep adding stuff and reinventing. And right now, it's probably in one of the best places it's ever been.
Is it
Destiny's? Go ahead.
I think we discussed this briefly last episode. Is it still at the place where it's hard as a new player to onboard in, where it feels like you're just like, what the hell is happening right now? Does it still feel like that?
I think it'll always be hard for a new player to get in, just because like the story is continuing from when it started in Destiny 1. So if you've never played, like, it's definitely hard to get in because, one, there's a lot of content that you're not going to be able to play because they had to sunset the game to make it smaller so that, we weren't taking up the entire hard drive like Call of Duty. So there's certain parts of the game that you just can't see or play. You have to go online to find out. So it's always going to be hard to get in, just like a World of Warcraft. Like, when you have this game that's been going on for so long, if you jump in just like...
They can't have like a last
15,
week in Destiny, like a little
that
short
exists,
thing.
just not in the game. You gotta
Why?
go online. There's plenty of that.
But why doesn't it exist in the game?
Do you want the hard drive space to be taken up by all that?
Dude, we're talking
It
just a
doesn't
little
exist.
video.
Well, the problem is that it's constantly changing, so they would have to keep updating it. They're not going to do that. There's fan blogs for that. They're not going to pay money for something and make it for free.
On their servers, yeah. You're talking about a bunch of space being taken up on their servers and be able to load. It becomes bloat. So yeah, they have all of that. If you want to go online and look for that stuff, it exists the same way you would for like a TV show. So yeah, we're at a point where it's just the numbers are really good. A lot of people are playing Destiny. It's got a lot of like buzz. Everybody is kind of back into it because we're finally at this point where it's what everybody who jumped into Destiny wanted Destiny to be. So it's just a lot of fun. All my boys are back in. We're talking about raiding again. I'm excited.
When is the new expansion? Is that February? Is that next year?
Yes, February 22nd, like everything else.
Yeah, I know. Everything is out in that 1 week period, right around my birthday, and I'm like, maybe I just won't go to work for a week and a half. Maybe I just won't. Maybe I just won't.
That's a good idea.
I'm glad you're enjoying it again. Let me tell you what I'm enjoying, man. Let me tell you what I can't stop playing. I can't stop playing the samurai game. I cannot stop playing Ghost of Tsushima. I have been playing it for hours. I'm almost done. I'm like halfway through Act 2, but I just keep... I'm like, I'm gonna go help this person, and then I'm like, ooh, fox den. It's just, ooh, yellow bird. Ooh, what's that question mark on my map? I'm playing it the same way I played Witcher 3, which is to say, it will never end. It will never end. It's beautiful, and I'm still so happy. I'm so happy I finally played it. But I'm really happy I waited because I like the controller integration, and I like it's very good. It feels very good in that game.
So good.
It feels very good.
It's very good.
I'm very pleased. I'm excited that I have a whole DLC island to tackle after I finish the main arc. Which actually, it seems like the story, the base story, is not super long, unless Acts 2 and 3 stretch out in a way that I'm not expecting. It seems like if you were to just mainline it, it's pretty expedient. It's all the other stuff.
If you mainline it, you can get through it like pretty quick. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because I just didn't play it that way. So it's
no, I'm not either.
Because I did all the side stuff. I did everything.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna
go
back.
Act 2 was pretty long. I feel like
Act
2 is definitely the longest act of them.
That makes sense.
I feel like it was a while because there was just so much going on in that act.
Yeah, there is. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
I feel like when I played it, when I got to the actual story parts that you're meant to play, they were pretty fast. So I think you probably could get it done if you just mainline it, probably like 15 hours. Probably.
Yeah, I think that you're probably like from what I read, because I finished Act 1, if I look at how the missions stepped out, I could have powered through that in 5 hours if I just ignored every other side thing you don't absolutely have to do. How long to beat would agree with you. Like I looked it up. It's somewhere in that 15 to 20 hour range.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, like The Witcher, the thing about The Witcher 3 is that game's base story went on longer than it needed to. That ended up being like 60 hours of base game. You know, it's just this is better. Give me more
I remember
things.
just playing The Witcher and just getting lost and forgetting where the hell I was at. And I played so much of it. I can't get back to it now because I don't remember anything about it. Even though The Witcher does tell you, like, hey, this is what's going on.
It does that. I do like that. But this is just, I think it's the setting. Like, I'm just enthralled with samurai things. So I'm so happy to be doing this. So
Same. Give me all the samurai things.
Yeah, man. And then I booted up my Xbox because they put Quake on Game Pass. The original Quake. A remastered version of the original Quake. And I was like, I haven't played Quake since I was a child. Quake is still good, and this version runs great. I'm very pleased. I've just been playing crap load of Quake.
I got it on Switch, and it's fantastic on Switch.
Does it run well on Switch?
Yeah,
it's
like Doom 64.
I bought the limited run physical version on Switch because I love Quake. Quake is very was a time and place game for me. So, Quake is still super good.
It's the same. It's a Night Dive. They did the Doom port.
Yep.
They also did the Turok ports, which I loved on Switch as well. So
it's excellent. It plays very well. I was playing it, and my daughter comes down. She goes, "Mom, this looks like an old video game, but new." And I was like, "It's an old ass video game, but like slightly shinier,
but awesome."
Yes. Yeah,
and
Quake
they had
is great.
Machine Games did a DLC for it.
I saw that because it's got a bunch of
Yep.
Like you can select Quake, and then you can start selecting through the extra stuff.
Brand new content.
Yep, I'm excited. Quake is still good. Quake is still good. Is anybody else playing anything else before we actually talk about the little news that's going around?
I only have like my first hour impressions. I jumped into a Game Pass game today because I had a rough day, and I was like, I'm just gonna play some video games. And I was interested in a game when it came to Game Pass called a Recompile, and I started playing it, and it's pretty dope. I'm actually kind of digging it, and
nice.
It'll be a nice little thing that I play for a few days until my next game releases. And it's kind of, it's got like heavy Matrix vibes. It has like this kind of neo, I don't know, synthwave kind of style. It's got this cool music, almost like Breath of the Wild, little piano ditties and stuff while you're walking around. It's a Metroidvania, but it's like when you open a level, you're like in an open area. And it's really an exploration game where you figure out how to platform around to equip all of your upgrades. And then there are enemies and stuff like this, and it's very techy. I don't know. That's where like the Matrix stuff comes from, because like all of the story you find in like old logs, like you're basically a computer program that's like brought to life to like go take down another computer program. So everything is being told to you through like MS-DOS and like commands. So when you find a new upgrade, it like kind of reboots and it's like system compiling, and you'll see like files. If you ever did like those old Apple computers and you did like run commands and stuff like that, you'll see all these like windows pop up, and you'll get all the little and it'll pop you back in, and you get like a gun. So I'm running around with like this little gun and I'm shooting, and the platforming is sticky in a nice way that it's very free in like how you can basically stick to like almost any ledge, like no matter how skinny. So I'm like finding myself like creeping around like the smallest of ledge corners, but like you can totally do it. It's very forgiving in that regard, but it's also like challenging in a way that makes you want to keep doing it. It's not like easy. Like I'm actually having to spin the camera around, platforms and obstacles. Like, how do I get up there? But once I'm finding my way up there, I'm like, well, this is kind of neat. Like, it's kind of cool that I got up here. And you run over pipes and stuff, and it's just got all the neon glows and lights and lasers and tunnels and stuff like that. You're kind of like, like if you thought of like a Metroid game, it's 3D, but you're basically like the one in the Matrix if you were actually a computer program and not a human, and like you were on the inside of a computer. So you feel like you're being shot like a bolt of electrons and stuff, like through a wire and stuff. It's kind of neat. It's kind of cool.
That sounds awesome. I might have to check that out. That sounds.
I wanted to bring it up.
The screenshot you posted made me think of Rez, just the visuals. So
it's got Rez vibes.
Got that vibe, and I
reminded me
hello.
Of like how Narita Boy was telling its story. Yep. It seems very similar. There's a sentient computer program, Excellent. An antivirus computer program, like a security program that, like when you first encounter it, it's like, hey, don't get discovered. And it's like starts scanning for you. And it's like, if you're really into like computer tech stuff, like if you're really nerdy that way, like this is kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love games like this on Game Pass where I lose nothing by checking it out too. So I will let's go. Xbox Game Pass, good stuff. All right, let's move to the news. There is some news. There's some good news. Let's start with the stuff that I like first, because, it's my circus. So here we go. Alan Wake Remastered was leaked and then I believe confirmed at this point.
Confirmed it's coming out.
Yes, it was confirmed.
Yes.
We don't have a confirmed date yet.
We do not. Leaks
probably tomorrow.
Leaks say October 5th.
Correct.
So that would track. We're hitting PC via Epic Games Store. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series consoles, and the 2 original DLC chapters, The Signal and The Writer, will be included, and apparently director commentary from Sam Lake, and, it'll be fancy 4K visuals. I'm really excited about this, because I have been meaning to play Alan Wake for a long time, since playing Control especially, I never got around to it. It came out at a rough spot where I just didn't have time to play like games, and I was like afraid of scary things, and it's just creepy enough. I'm pumped.
I started playing it when we got our Xbox, and we were talking to Hayley about it, and it does hold up. It's still a little fuzzy, but like on Series X, like with back and patent upgrades, like you can play it, but it's not new. And so I was very excited to see this news, and I imagine we'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
With the PlayStation event.
There's a PlayStation event. And, October is a great time to release a semi-spooky game. Like, let's go. This is perfect going into spooky season.
First time it'll ever release on PlayStation, too.
That's true. This was an Xbox video game.
Yep.
This was the one that was, like, delisted. Wasn't it delisted for a while and then put back up, Alan Wake?
Something like that.
But
I think it came off Steam and went back on Steam. I don't remember how it went down, but I remember the only way that you could play it is if you had the disc.
I'm not that big of a fan. I played it when it came out, and I really liked it. I wanted to see them do more of it. I always thought that they should. So very excited that they're remastering. It makes all the sense in the world. We've been told by Jeff Grubb for a year that they're working on a sequel. Didn't they confirm they're working on a sequel? Did they confirm it?
I don't remember if that language was I don't know. That's a good question.
I think they did.
I think that's what the intent was for that Control DLC to do as well.
Well, they did the Control DLC, but then they came out and they said they're actively working on a Control like single player game, a multiplayer game, and then there's another project.
That could be
that Jeff Grubb was like, it's Alan Wake 2.
Good. Let's remaster this one and I'll play it finally. Yay!
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I love the original Alan Wake. It's a great story. It's not that scary.
Now, I was a baby back when the first game came out.
So if you're like not into scary things, I think you can handle this game. It's more suspenseful than it is scary, if anything like that. It's a really cool story. It's interesting. I liked it a lot. The DLC, I think it's a standalone. What is it, American Nightmare?
Oh, yes, that's supposed to be excellent. Also, yes. Yeah. Forgot all about that. That's not included in this with this package. That's interesting.
It should be. I like Alan Wake a lot. It feels. It's a cool game to play, and it's cool to go back and see where this studio kind of got its notoriety from, because I think that's where people started like looking for these games. And then you had Quantum Break.
That's right, which I liked more than most people.
I love Quantum Break. I just think it didn't hit most people like I did. I loved it.
I liked it too.
I did not.
Yeah,
not
most people agree that it wasn't good, but I for some reason it was campy in all the right ways for me.
I bought the Quantum Break Xbox One. That's when I jumped in and had immediate regrets.
I really liked it. And I didn't do that. Oh boy. So this is exciting news. We got some other news, some Sony news. Somebody tell me about Fire Sprite Studios. Sony has acquired said studio. What does that mean for the Sony PlayStation brand?
Delvin?
Does anybody know?
I know.
I have no idea.
Come on, guys. They're a VR company. They did the Run Sackboy game on mobile, and they did a couple VR games, and then they also did the Persistence. And I'm not sure if there's one or two of those, but the Persistence they released on everything, which is why I made the joke earlier in the Discord when they bought them, and everybody was like, "Good purchase." I want to make two jokes. One, I thought they were all about organic studios. Like we don't buy studios from other people. Two, I made the joke. I said, well, that means that all of their games going forward, they totally have to keep released on Xbox and Switch, right? Like, just like the Bethesda games. Like, we got them before and we need them again. They need to make their money back. Right, Elaine? They need to make their money back for the purchase.
Tiny ass studio.
I will say this. I don't care.
Nobody does. But it was. I thought they were funny jokes. Nobody does. Yeah, they're a VR company. They're probably working on a VR game. And I think Kyle posted that they're working apparently on a shooter project.
We have confirmation that there is a second iteration of the PlayStation VR coming.
Yeah, next year.
It is happening, right?
Next year.
So then this makes sense for some launch title for something. That's okay. Yeah.
I heard the Persistence was good. I just never played it.
I didn't play it either.
They did Playroom on VR.
Playroom was good.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, no,
this makes sense.
Yeah, no, this is a good studio acquisition. I'm all for it.
Let's keep talking about Sony. Let's talk about Sony. Let's talk about the Horizon stuff, like
Ooh.
the upgrades from PS4 to PS5, because this is kind of shit show, and I'm a little displeased. Let's just say it that way.
Let's hear corporate Dev.
Yeah, Dev's going to give you what Jim Ryan meant to say.
Feel free to listen to PlayStation XP that posted on Monday. I'm not.
Did you hear PSXP? It was very much like, we express the interest of all of those PlayStation fans around the world as you entertain yourself with our products.
This is one of those things where it's like I said in the Discord, they should have done this from jump. Every fucking game should just have.
We said that with Miles. We said that a bunch of times, Dev. You weren't saying that when we said that.
They didn't do it. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I hear you. So the short version of this is only certain versions of Horizon that you purchase will give you access to an upgrade. If you buy the PS4 version and then you get your PS5, only particular one, maybe two versions are allowed.
The collectors, like the premium editions, get you both.
And they
dual entitlement. They called it.
They walked that back. They walked it back now.
The special $80 edition or whatnot.
Yeah, the one that comes with a steelbook, I think, and it's the physical only that's giving you the upgrade. Am I right? Is it not the digital purchase? I don't know. It's very. My issue with this. Here's my issue with this. It's confusing. That's my issue with this, and it's needlessly so.
It always was, even with their other games when they first started doing this.
See, I don't find it confusing. I just find it stupid.
It's stupid.
Well, it's both of those. I said that too.
It was clear as day to me. Like I didn't find any.
But you're not an average consumer, and you're an average consumer, and it's frustrating.
It's just dumb.
It is frustrating.
It's if you're the person who cannot find a PS5 because you're not one of us who's in a bunch of freaking Discords, and you have a PS4, and the game comes out and you want to get it. It's confusing when you're not dialed into this crap to figure out what version to guarantee you'll get to play it if you find a console in between. That's all. And my bigger issue is like, it doesn't have to be like this. Like I'm going to give Xbox credit where it's due. Smart delivery is really good. Yes. And it just solves the problem, dude. It's
because
gone.
That's not the issue with this. Smart delivery is something different where you just buy the game and you get whatever version. But that has nothing to do with the issue that Sony has created for itself. It's the pricing issue. Like, why are you doing this?
Well,
figure out your fucking
It's
pricing.
the same issue.
It's the same issue.
It is the same issue.
Wait.
You were separating them so you can make a different point, but it is all the same issue.
See,
the issue is they should have.
Even if you had smart delivery, that doesn't guarantee.
No, you're right. You're right. I understand that, but it's still the issue that when they decided that we're going to charge more for games, they should have made all of the games cost the same, and you should have been able to buy both. They should have all been cross-gen from the very get-go. That's what I've been saying this entire time.
Delivery, though. But that's not smart delivery.
Well,
smart
Microsoft's,
delivery is
it is a part of smart delivery.
Game for whatever system you're playing on.
But it's a part of it. It's also cross-buy.
That's not true. You get every version of the game for
exactly.
one price. I can install that game.
But the smart delivery portion of it is
it's both.
You have the best version of that game to
your
system.
It's both.
Yeah, it's both.
You get both.
There's literally a bulleted list on the Xbox website of all of the things that smart delivery means.
Yeah,
it's all of it.
To them, smart delivery means access to the game cross-gen. That's part of the bullet list of what it means to Microsoft. That's what those words mean. It isn't just best version. It's I can play it now, and then I can play it when I upgrade. That's what they define it as. That's what they.
It's a part of their Play Anywhere program. It's a part of their Enhance for Series X. It's all the same thing.
Now, Sony did shoot themselves in the foot by charging more for PS5 games, a choice that Microsoft did not make.
What they should have done is they should have raised the price of those, even on PS4.
No, if you're charging more,
they should just give you the upgrade path. It's
or both. Simple. Well, I've been saying that from the get-go that it's not worth the $10 for the PR. The PR is worth the $10. Like the PR alone is worth you eating the $10. Let alone the convenience to your customers is worth $10. To nickel and dime all of this for $10, it's not worth it.
If you look at like the Game Informer poll, people are still playing PS5 way more than they're playing anything else. It's worth it.
Poll on Twitter.
But here's the thing. If you look at where people
the research says
if you look at where people are playing games for Sony, the PR is worth it because they're still going to get people to buy their games. This is not stopping anybody from buying their games. So even with this PR nightmare, if they walk it back, it's good guy Sony. If they don't walk it back, nobody's really saying, okay, I'm not going to buy Horizon.
No. No one is saying that. People are going to buy your first party experiences no matter what. Yep. I'm simply making the point that it's needlessly complex when it doesn't need to be for Joe Schmo consumer who is because, and this becomes an issue, because you cannot just buy the console that you want right now off the shelf. That's the problem I have. If we're in a world, Dev, where you can walk in, buy your PS5 and buy your game, I don't give a fuck. Make it as confusing as you want. Who cares, right? But because we have so many people in this weird in-between, it kind of matters. And I'm not mad about your $10. I'm mad about it being confusing for... I'm not even mad. It's irritating that it's confusing for people who don't.
It's needlessly confusing.
Yeah,
it's just needless. It doesn't need to be there.
I guess I just disagree. I don't.
Well, you see it a different way. You see it from your perspective.
Uncle Jim helps Dev out.
They get it. All of my boys that are idiots, they understand. There's no confusion on which version of the game they're buying and what they're not getting. It's not confusion.
I don't think anybody's like, oh man, I bought the wrong one. It's this sucks and it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be so hard.
That's what it is. It's not. It has nothing to. Nobody's confused. Nobody's not buying it.
I just don't find it difficult.
Fight the system, Dev.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think anybody's finding it difficult. It's just like,
I don't care enough.
Why can't I just buy the damn game and be able to buy it and play it on my new console? Because it's like the whole point of them even doing the upgrade. They're like, you can't, if you buy the PS5 copy, you can't play the PS4 copy. It's like, why even do that? Nobody's even going to play the PS4 copy if you buy the PS5 copy. So just put it in there and nobody will even care.
Well, and that solves the problem of the dude who knows best but can't find a PS5. It's like,
but they're doing it anyway. But they're literally like, nope, we need that money too. And it's like, why?
They're going to make that choice.
Because they don't have Microsoft money.
It's not just Microsoft. It's not always about Microsoft. They make plenty of money for this not to be
Sony
a damn problem.
Poor and they can't afford it.
Yeah, we need to support those devs.
Yes.
We need to make sure we get them their bread because they just can't make games no more.
It's a for-profit business. What do you?
Yeah, and we want to give them their money.
Hayley, I'm gonna do what the hell I want.
Oh Lord!
I'm gonna defend everybody. Okay.
We have one more story.
I love that she said defend dong.
And we're back to dicks on this podcast again. No, for real. I don't drink anymore, so someone said
that is a Freudian slip if I've ever seen one.
Holy shit. We're moving on. I'm done here. Oh my God. When people ask me to listen to my podcast, I sometimes just say no after some of these episodes instead of sending a link.
I love my man Dev, but man, I got to push back hard on this one. Like it's self-inflicted.
You can push back.
They've shot themselves in the foot on this one.
We're not going to find a middle on this. I think we've all said our piece.
Oh, you never find a middle with PlayStation and Dev.
We have one more story that oh boy. Okay, so Tripwire's CEO John Gibson decided that he would tweet in support of the Texas 6-week abortion law, which has been signed into law, and go so far as to offer money to people who, turn people in who are getting abortions. And he's been ousted from his position of CEO at the company because the rest of the company does not. And there was a statement that has been released by Tripwire. He's still a primary shareholder. He still owns the company. I was going to get there. So his co-owner or co-starter of it was taking over for now. He's been ousted. There was a statement about look, this doesn't represent the views of our company, and we made a choice. He's still making money off the sale of their products. So just if you are the type of person who votes with your wallet in a very particular way, you may not want to buy their video game still. He's still benefiting from their profit and shares and all that good stuff. I'm going to say one thing about this. This is a very fuck around and find out situation to me. If you choose to use your First Amendment right to voice your opinion on something, there will be consequences for voicing said opinion. And his consequence was he doesn't get to keep his job, essentially. He still gets to keep his shares. That's a different conversation. He can say whatever he wants. He can hold any beliefs that he wants. Company can make the decision about how they wish to handle it from there. So, boy, I will give Tripwire credit for at least being swift in their decision to terminate his position.
Do you know they're my neighbors? They're right here in my backyard. Yeah, I actually had reached out to them last year. I wanted to do an interview. and I was hoping maybe I could interview them or have them on the podcast or something just because they were local. And they talked to me for a couple weeks, and then we never. It was right around. Actually, it might have been 2 years ago now. At this point, it was right around when Maneater was coming out.
Yeah, I was
when I found out about them and all that.
They did Maneater. What else have they done? There were a couple of other notable.
They do an RPG that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
but yeah.
This is. I mean, they took swift action. They released a well thought out statement, but he's still making money off of the product. So just FYI to anybody who cares. It's like a half measure. Because he's still a shareholder.
I mean, it's as a measure as they can. They can't take his shares from him. He owns the company.
They can't unless he buys. They offer to buy him out.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with that regard. It's like Donald Stern at that point, or Sterling.
They did what was within their bounds to do, and they did it very quickly. So, that thing blew up on Twitter, and then blew up a second time on Twitter real fast, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had long form thoughts about it in the Discord.
We've had a lot of discussions. I mean. Yeah. I know that Dev and I probably have different opinions on this thing, and that's, there's a very nuanced conversation to have here about how much your personal thoughts should impact your career, and we could have that, but it's kind of not, it's going to be a case-by-case basis type of situation, but when you put your personal thoughts out there on the broad internet, with the company's information in your bio, you roll the dice.
It also changes when you're the figurehead or the spokesperson for something. You're speaking on behalf of the company. You're speaking actually for your employees and for your individuals, for your partners and your customers.
Some people do see it that way, and some people don't see it that way, and that's okay. It's just that the point that I wanted to make is that, if you wish to voice your opinion, you're always going to be rolling the dice on your employment and other things. You're going to be taking the chance that you take, and it depends on what you feel is important. So he took a chance. Got real interesting on replies to his original tweet were spicy in a way that made my heart happy. So as a woman in America,
did you see my reply?
I didn't see yours. I saw some of the top ones.
I think you would have liked mine.
Okay good.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I agree with you. I hate the sentiment that it's so easy to just lose a job over.
Sure. I don't disagree. I know I saw your thoughts. I don't disagree with how you feel about it, but
I'm conflicted.
It's quick.
I know. Yeah.
I think I don't want to charge the conversation anymore, but I actually think there might be at least worth having a discussion over the spectrum as it pertains to video games. We talk about video games, and video games do tend to be, a very liberal leaning, with the views, I think, for its customers. And
I disagree with you, but I'm a woman in this field.
I wonder how this would have been felt if it was in the opposite direction. I don't think any of this would have happened if he literally posted the opposite.
I agree. I completely agree.
So I think that's more or less the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. My views wholeheartedly agree with your views just on the matter in general. I'm very devout in that regard. But literally, if you took his tweet
and
flipped it and made the absolute reverse tweet,
which
none of this would have happened. It would have been mostly applauded and reverberated. That supports my point in that this industry is extremely left-leaning. And when you voice opposition to that, it does tend to catch traction and reaction in a way that I don't think it does in other mediums as much. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just pointing out that I think there are several instances where I can prove that to be true. And I just wonder if anybody has thought to maybe talk about that.
Well, I think that the point to be made here is that video games are extremely online, right? So when these types of conversations happen around video games, they happen on Twitter, in Discords. They don't. These conversations in other forms of media, like music, and they don't happen online quite like this. It's just that's why you see it so in your face, and that's why it feels like it's only happening. But look at.
I got to push back on you there. I don't think that's the same. We've seen a lot of Me Too stuff. We've seen a lot of stuff in media and in film, and we've seen a lot of things that also gets played out in social media. I think social media as a whole is much bigger than that. I agree. I understand the point you're trying to make. I just think with video games, I don't know what it is, but there seems to be like almost a rallying cry, like almost a witch hunt for people that share different opinions.
I disagree from the Gamergate stuff with 4chan and 8chan. Like I've been in this thing too long, man, as a woman. Like it's just as shitty on the other side.
I know that there are people that have those opinions. I'm almost speaking specifically on the political spectrum opinions. Like and like if somebody was to come out and be like super pro guns and NRA, I honestly feel like a lot of the same stuff would have happened. Like you can almost take some of these discussion points, and if you were to give it to a prominent person in video games, I think they would have major heat. And again, not saying that I agree with him or that it's wrong. I'm just saying that I feel like it is specific to this industry in a way more so than other industries, and I'm just wondering why that is or what that is. Maybe it's a good thing. It might be a positive. I just don't know why this always seems to be the case.
We're also like, Delvin, let me let you jump in because I have a thought on that, but let me let you jump in.
I think there's something to that, but I think there's a little bit more to that in terms of like, when he put that message out, it was a hot button issue at that point. And then you add to the fact that he is a person who has a lot of followers.
Right.
So it's getting retweeted out a lot, and you're on Twitter, which is probably the loudest voice box there is. But
my point again is if he had tweeted at this very same time the opposite opinion,
yeah, of course,
we wouldn't be talking about it right now. So what is that?
But this is my thing.
He was tweeting in opposition to that because of the fact that everybody else, he said, all of my other peers in my industry are leaning this way. I think it's important for me to tell you that I'm leaning the other way. So yeah, if the other way, nobody said anything because the vast majority, like you said, probably
maybe it's a youth thing. Is it just a younger thing? Like there's definitely a demographic. There's a reason why this happens.
I think it's the youth thing.
I was say it's the youth.
There's that. There is that. There is also like,
because I've seen it with Colin. I've seen it with several folks. Like if you're conservative, this is a tough business to be in.
I think that's true of any. Like, how closely do you follow music? How close? You know what I mean?
My band's pretty closely.
You're dialed into this industry,
of course.
Right. So
you're dialed into gaming.
Like, look at the stuff with Lil Nas X. Like, it's there in other places too, man. It's just that you're dialed into this one.
But we all know there's a lot of actors that share hard conservative values,
and they get hammered
and
for
they
it,
get
dude.
hammered
if
just
you
like
they don't get
along.
fired.
But that's my point.
No, Donnie, they don't
but they get blacklisted. Like today, your boy Chris Pratt was trending on Twitter, and people were calling for his head the same way because he's in that conservative thing. So they get it, but it's with Twitter. It's really about what you're dialed into. Is what you're gonna see. Like my wife is all into the music stuff, so when stuff happens in the music industry,
she knows.
Like she's completely dialed in and knows about like the whole Nas X thing.
Yeah,
she was dialed into that completely. I was like, I have no idea what's going on over there because I don't follow any of it.
There was a lot of it, but like
ends up being what you follow.
And actors, it's different. They don't get fired. They get blacklisted. They quietly get less work. They quietly only get hired by directors who agree with them. Like that stuff happens.
I get what you're saying. I don't have a list here, but I feel like if you gave me 15 minutes, I could pull a list of very open Trump supporting celebrities that still release albums and still do movies. I'm
plenty.
Positive that exists. Positive.
People in video games that do that too. Like it happens,
right? But they don't go on Twitter and open. They're not open with that belief, and when they do, they get fired. That's the point I'm trying to make. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying that it's an unfair thing. I'm just saying that there seems to be. I think there seems to be greater ramifications in this specific industry more so than others, and I'm wondering what that differential is. Like, why is that the case? It might be that it's a younger thing. Maybe it is.
Or how they express it, man. This dude was like offering money to people.
I don't. For the record, like, please. I do not support what he said.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like that's one step beyond. That's not voicing your opinion. That's actionable. That's
like
problem.
Somebody saying, you know what, every black person you lynch, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some money. That's basically the same thing.
But see, the actors who support, like, they tend to be a little bit more careful in their shit. They really do. But Gina Carano's career got hammered for what she said on social.
That's true.
It happens everywhere. So don't make it just about games.
But
I still think there is something about games. I almost feel like we could prove it.
I think
but maybe, but
at the same time,
This
You have
guy,
to look at the demographic of the
he's
groups.
being ousted of an entire company that he
But
founded.
He offered money to do like you can't,
Look, I know that, but
It's an actionable
Devin,
thing.
you said one thing that I think is really important to this debate, or at least this sub-fraction of this debate that we're having. You said in our Discord, and you were right, half of America believes the same thing that he said. So like, and he probably had employees that believe the same thing that he said. Like, it's not like he said something that was so outlandish that he was relating it to Nazis. These aren't one and the same thing. Yeah. He said something that a lot of people believe it, and he's still out, like, instantly.
And I think we could probably find instances where people have voiced conservative opinions and not lost their jobs because they chose to voice them in a different way.
No, that's true.
This was a very aggressive tweet offering people money. This was actionable. This is shitty.
And it's,
if he had said,
a hot button topic.
And he jumped on it right when everybody was also already
and it was
very
in
upset.
fervor.
And there are a lot of women who are.
He stepped in it. When you're the CEO, what you say matters. I want to be clear. Not that I feel like you're portraying me as this, but I want to be clear to our listeners. I don't condone what he said. I don't condone the law. I'm not saying that anything. Right. But I am a person who believes in open debate, civil discourse. Like I can have a differing opinion with people without disassociating myself with the people.
Sure.
You know, and you know, like when you see this type of stuff, like it makes me wonder, is that like a false hope belief anymore? Because, you know, like
how we discuss things, the words we use to talk about them, and how aggressive we are in that conversation matters, though. And it's gotten escalated to the point where we don't know how to have conversation. We just know how to yell at each other. And he did that with
definitely shouldn't be doing it in 146 characters.
Yes, correct. This shouldn't be on Twitter. He should have just shut up.
If I'm a woman who works for that company, like
I'd be out.
I'd be out. Of course.
No, I couldn't even look that man in the face.
Sucks.
I could not even look that man in the face. So I feel that on a very personal level. So we'll leave it for now. But I'm glad we at least did have this discussion because there's a lot of, like I said,
moving to Texas, and I have a daughter, and I'm like, I can't do that.
Nah, so I have a daughter, and I pay more property taxes than almost any state in the union here in New Jersey. But we got laws against making those laws like in Texas here, and I have a daughter. Yeah. I have a daughter that I want to protect, and I have a me that I want to protect.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right. So maybe we should have started with this and ended with, look, it's time for questions.
We get questions now, so we can go ahead and wash this.
Let's wash. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wash this away in absolute absurdity. So I warned y'all that when I ask the internet for questions, I get some dumb shit, and I love people for it. I love people. I love it so much. We'll start with not Josh Blackman. For reference, a Don is 5'6" and about 140 pounds. Just for reference to the question. Would you rather fight one Don-sized duck or 50 duck-sized Dons?
What the fuck is a Don?
That's my husband.
Your husband.
5'6", 140 pounds. He's about my size. He's a little bigger than me.
Okay.
That's a big-ass duck, and they're mean. I'll fight the tiny Dons.
Oh, ducks are so cute. I'm not fighting no duck.
That duck will bite your face off.
Dude, ducks are adorable.
They're not.
Fuck a duck up.
They're so adorable.
I'm gonna fight that Don-sized duck, and I'm whooping his ass.
You're gonna.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
They got those wings. They could fly. They'll pick your ass up.
I'm making pets. I'm making friends.
Are you gonna ride the duck?
I'm making friends. Hell yeah, I am.
You have to fight it.
No, I'm not fighting it. Have you ever seen the ducks when like the water slides when they get in the pool and they slide down the slide and like whack, 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 whack. It's so cute.
Have you ever run out of bread around a bunch of ducks who get real pissed off at you?
I think you're thinking of geese.
No, they're meaner, but ducks are not nice either.
Like I had a pet duck in high school and it was amazing.
Hold on. Hold on. Did the duck have a name? And also how?
We named them Quackers after the Beanie Baby.
Very stupid.
Oh, man.
I want to start a brand of crackers that are called Quackers, and the mascot is a duck on the package.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
He was so cute. It was adorable. We had a little pond.
This was like an episode of Friends.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Quackers to you, and he has like a hat, like a little hat. I can't. I hate it so much.
Oh, so cute.
Oh my god. All right. So I don't know
that duck up and having dinner. That's all there is to it.
That's a lot of duck. Where are you going to put all that?
That is a lot of duck.
You
In
got
a
a
freezer
feather.
somewhere.
How are you cooking that much duck?
I'm taking
Easy.
it to a butcher and having them do it. All right, here.
That
Butchers
butcher's going
don't
to have
cook.
some questions for you.
They're gonna go ahead and cut it up, and I'm gonna freeze the meat, and then we'll figure out the rest later.
It's
But that duck is
140
going
pounds
down.
of duck.
I don't think Devin knows how to cook duck.
It's delicious.
I don't. I'll
Okay.
find somebody.
I'm just getting
Fat
to that
side
point.
down. Fat side down. You render it out. Render it
There
out.
you go.
Anyway,
See? The
Elaine
internet
knows
will tell you how to
what
I
do
she's
got
doing.
this. Duck is delicious. All right, Kyle the Pug. I don't know the answer to this question, but maybe one of y'all knows something. Who is the most likely to be given 50,000 by Mr. Beast just to be featured in his next video?
Who the hell is
Who
Mr.
is-
Beast?
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
not
Is
the
that
only
like a
one. who's
Pornhub
old.
The only
thing?
one.
I don't
Delvin
know. I
replied
felt
to that
old.
like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "I don't know who the fuck Mr.
Okay, I
Beast
feel
is."
so much better now. I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm sorry.
I googled it. He's like friends with one of those YouTube people, Twitch people.
Like Ninja?
Like yeah, like Jake Paul or some shit like that.
Jake Paul.
I don't want to be on this video. I'll give him
Yeah,
money
good.
to keep me off of it.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
All right, let's get into the real meat of the conversation, not the duck meat. Whatever. Oh my god. The elusive man tweets, pancakes.
Duck meat. Just big
Duck
duck
meat.
slapping duck
bacon,
meat.
delicious. Oh my god,
Duck
duck
is
bacon, that
good.
burger in Vegas. Oh,
Duck is good as hell, dude. You get some
Yes.
French fries that have been fried in duck fat. Oh
Those are
lord,
my friends.
quack, quack.
It's my favorite animal.
Quack.
Is it really a
It
duck?
really is. Legit, hand to God, my favorite animal has
If
always
you
been
could
a
pick
duck.
any animal to have a pet, it would be a
When
duck.
my wife and I would have
So-
like free time before kids and stuff, like we would always go feed the ducks. My wife thinks she's like, this is the cutest thing about you. Like, I've always loved ducks.
you're an old ass man. All right.
You're kind of an old ass man. Do you just sit on? A
I mean,
bench and
I'm
throw bread at
not.
dogs?
I don't like how this is said. Like it's in a derogatory thing. I think all of you are trying to get to my level. Like this is a good quality to have.
No, I want to be the
wanna feed
pigeon lady in
ducks.
Home Alone too. I don't want to feed the ducks. I
Ooh.
want to have an army of angry pigeons to send after people. Come on.
That could be
right?
useful.
All right. The elusive man. Pancakes versus waffles versus French toast. You all have
French
to
toast.
agree on the one that survives
Okay,
for
we're done.
eternity.
It's French
French
toast.
toast.
It's not
It is.
close.
It's French toast.
It's not
even-
close.
Not even an answer. Yeah.
Not even.
I am
Not even a
agree
little
with
bit.
y'all. Pancakes.
Get the
What?
fuck.
Get out.
Get
You
out.
already,
Nasty
you
ass thing.
already responded to the tweet.
Damn it, Florida.
respond.
What is wrong with
No,
Florida?
pancakes.
And if you were gonna pick another one, the answer's waffles. How
Waffles.
did you pick the worst
Waffles.
damn answer?
Pancakes
Just
are so
the worst.
Basic.
Waffles are trash.
What?
Waffles
That's why the
suck.
answer was French
You know what
toast.
trash
No,
is?
French toast.
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Wannabe
Waffles
waffles,
are trash.
wannabe French
him out.
toast.
No, no.
A
Kick him out.
pancake,
He's already been
Pancakes
gone
are
several
fantastic.
times. Just
a pancake
no,
is
no.
half-ass French toast and half-ass waffles. It wants to be both.
No,
And they're
no, no,
never
no.
good. They're never good. They're never.
No.
They,
Who
the
fuck
second they
is
start to
making y'all
cool,
pancakes.
Guys, I think his internet went out again. I don't know what happened.
just- I mean, the answer
It's
is
just
French
it's
toast.
I think-
it's the router, the internet in Florida.
bring that old ass angry man back. I
I
think
don't know where he's at. He's gone.
the three of us agree that the
I
tier
hate you.
we,
Not as
love
much
you,
as
man.
I hate pancakes.
It's
Who's
French
making y'all
toast,
trash pancakes?
waffles, and then way down.
Who
at
the hell
bottom.
is it
French
making
bottom.
you French toast? Is the questions
Word.
you
That's
need
the
to
real
be
question.
asking. Are
She's
you
left a long
kidding
time
me?
ago.
French toast?
no. I
I
make
make
some
pancakes.
good ass French toast.
God.
That Hawaiian bread. That Hawaiian.
I met
oh,
Melissa
man.
in 9th grade.
Word.
She made me French toast, and I wanted to marry that girl. I was like, done.
Get you
We're done
a
here.
Girl who can make. I
Pancakes.
can make some bomb
Donnie,
ass French
if
toast.
I make you pancakes, you want to marry me.
You make me pancakes.
That's
I'm kicking you swiftly in the ass.
and
No,
asking
it's so
why you
cute.
didn't make French toast.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Where's my
No.
French toast? I don't want this.
No.
What is this?
No.
That's walk of
This is
shame
basic
material,
bitch
not
ass
wifey
pancakes,
material.
bruh.
Get out of
Make some
here.
Strawberry pancakes. I'm in the game, baby. That's how I go.
I don't know what game you're in. You're
I
in
don't-
the
Dude,
wrong
it's-
game.
go to
the
IHOP, get
It's
you
IHOP, babe.
some strawberry
Who the fuck goes to
cream
IHOP? No.
French toast.
You go to Waffle House to get stabbed.
If you
I like
ordered
Waffle House. I like Waffle
pancakes with strawberries, they'd slap you at IHOP. Get out of here with this nonsense.
House. Oh, that's a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity or whatever the fuck. Or was
Yeah,
that somewhere
It's
else?
cheap,
There's a
is
reason
what I
why
hear.
it's
It's
called
cheap.
I
that.
make
Wa-
my pancakes
French
myself.
toast.
French
French
toast.
toast.
French
So do I.
No.
And
toast.
So
they're
do
not
I.
as good as French toast.
Well, you
I
can't
agree.
cook. I don't believe you. You can't
agree.
cook then.
First and foremost, pancakes are never better than French toast.
Hang on a second.
In
Yes.
no world.
Is there a pancake cereal? Because there is cinnamon French toast and there is waffle crisp, and nobody has ever tried to
That's
make
because
pancake
waffles
cereal.
are so
You know
trash.
why?
We have to
Because
put
it's
everything in
trash. because it's
milk to this bullshit.
trash.
We gotta add cinnamon.
Tab's face right now. He might cry.
You're wrong.
No, I
there
am
is
correct.
waffle crisp because we want to be able to have so
No.
many
Dude,
different
waffle
iterations
crisp
of the
is
delicious
so
waffles.
damn
Because they're
good.
amazing. Nobody
Nobody ever
iteration of
has
pancakes.
ever thought to make
Don't even
pancake
eat
cereal
pancakes.
because it's
perfect.
trash.
It's
It's perfect.
Because it's hot trash.
It's perfect.
Delvin, listen. Here's how this went. Somebody sat down and they were eating French toast, and then they ran out of ingredients to make French toast, and they were like, you know what would be amazing? If I could pour a bowl of fucking French toast and just eat it. And then somebody said,
Bingo.
yeah, you know what would also be cool? If you could do the same thing with waffles. And then somebody walked in like you and said pancakes, they don't work there anymore.
That's
They're
not
gone.
happening.
They got rid of them
They give
like
waffles
that.
to people in prison.
Done. Dunzo.
You don't deserve good food. Take these regular
Good
ass
food?
waffles.
You're talking about pancakes.
Pancakes are fantastic.
That is the lamest
No.
of foods.
No, not at
It's
all.
grain that you
Pancakes
just
is so
poured
basic,
flat on a griddle.
Not at all.
I actually
No.
can't believe we're having this argument right
No.
now. Like I'm living in an alternate universe. I would,
Trash ass waffles. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna follow this question with another.
Clearly, you've never had waffle.
Yes, I have.
Right.
They suck.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
Not a
They
frozen ass Eggo waffle. One
Dude,
of
a
the-
Belgian
Belgian
waffle
waffle?
with cream? Are you serious?
Look at all
fresh
this
fruit.
bullshit you gotta
Fresh
put on.
ass fruit.
All you need is
Stacked
syrup
up.
and
Donnie,
pancakes.
I'll
That
let
is nectar of the gods.
Let's go. Now I'm hungry as hell. This
Some
loser
bacon
food.
strips.
oh Lord, this
No.
is gonna just keep getting.
Dude, when
more.
we do the house party,
Duck bacon,
we're going to go out for
waffles,
breakfast, and Delvin's not coming.
I'll make French.
He can stay home and make his pancakes. We're gonna go get the good stuff.
I'll eat the pancakes and also make French toast. Y'all can just stay home. We'll
The
cook it
New
there.
Day throws pancakes.
That's because they're
waffles.
so trashy. No one wants to eat them. That's
No,
why they're.
everybody
It's
eats
true.
pancakes
It's because
out of their
nobody
mouth.
ate them in catering,
I
Delvin.
left
That's the
over.
only thing they
Show
got to
you.
throw.
Video.
Nobody ate them. It's the only thing left over in
No,
catering.
not at all.
Somebody already
can
ate
show
the
you
French toast.
The New Day feeding
The
little
waffles.
kids pancakes. That's not a good
When you
video.
go to an
Yeah.
all-you-can-eat, there's not a pancake bar. The pancakes are just in a little thing.
No,
but you get the
pancakes
you
are
get the
luxury.
waffles and you get the French toast,
the French.
especially made. Why? Because they're delicious, and the pancakes get tossed to the side in a little thing where you just
There's
Or you don't even
entire
get them. Or you don't
there's
even get them.
entire appliances dedicated to it. The waffle maker.
They have a pancake
iron.
maker as well.
It's just
Right.
a plate. What are you talking
That's all
about?
you need.
It's just
all
flat.
you
What do you
need.
need? There's
That's all
no.
you need, baby.
That's
Waffles
just a pan.
suck. They are garbage. Trash. Get that bullshit out of here. They
He
suck.
had a really bad like
You're
breakup,
right, Hayley.
divorce.
They're gross.
That,
And yes,
like I
did.
think his ex-wife made him the best waffles ever,
No,
and
she
now
didn't.
he's just like fucking over
Not
it.
at
He's
all.
like never again. I mean, this is some deep
This is contentious.
spite, like just take it to the grave.
Therapy needs to happen over these freaking waffles and
No.
French toast. All right, I'm gonna diffuse the food talk with another question, and then because we're just gonna end up
About
arguing
food?
over food again. No, I got
About more
we're gonna do
food.
one. How about Hayley wants to know what should I play on my new Xbox Series X? I just load up Game Pass and start installing.
According to Dev and Coach Smith in the Discord, they just bunch of middling games that are unimportant.
What about the
Here's
medium?
five.
Say middling
Nobody
games.
needs to.
Time out.
Here's five.
Play the medium.
That's what they said.
Did you read any
I
of the
couldn't
stuff I said?
believe
I said
it. I
Game
couldn't
Pass
believe it,
is the
Elaine.
Greatest,
Did you see it?
Greatest.
Just and then they
out there.
said, but Returnal's amazing.
I just said there's no games that I want to play.
But Returnal.
That's all I said. I love.
I would
Returnal.
just
you,
put-
you don't like rogue games, okay? I love
It's
Returnal.
true, you don't.
Okay?
Returnal is
But
I
it's
know I
not-
don't.
It's not for everybody, and that's fine. Just like Game Pass is not for everybody.
Said the person who
That's
bought
not true.
Outriders
I
Oh my
love
God.
when he
that.
could have
Stop.
just got it on
I can
Game
say this.
Pass.
You bought Life is Strange. What
But
is
yeah,
that
but
about?
you could have
I
got
don't
it
wanna
on
play
Game
that.
Pass. You could have saved yourself 75% of the investment.
No.
Hayley,
no,
play
I would-
Gears
no.
5.
It's a
Play
It
play
looks-
Gears. Play
It looks
Gears
fantastic.
and buy
Gears
yourself some
5,
time.
Ori.
Forza's coming out. Ori.
Or I agree.
The
with that.
medium. The medium is still.
Oh,
on
I
there,
love the
right?
medium. One of my favorite games this year. The medium's
Very good
amazing.
games. Play Psychonauts 2. Play Psychonauts 2. You might like that game. I know that Donnie doesn't love it, but I do love the Psychonauts. Wii.
Hey, like I said, means no review on the game. I just don't
Yeah.
think I'm into it.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think they're for everybody.
It's like
So
I'm not into Game Pass, but I don't get that pass. That's
Yeah, but you're not into Game Pass. It's like you know how Delvin hates waffles? That's you with Game Pass. Like you
No,
just have
because
the wrong
I
opinion
don't
that you're just
hate-
taking to
I
your
don't
grave.
Hate Game Pass.
He does.
I don't hate Game Pass.
I have
think
audio
it's a great,
clips
amazing
of
service.
it. I have audio
even
clips that I can
said-
pull from
I
PSXP
said in the
where he says
Discord,
it.
It is Yeah, that's me just, having a hot take. Just
One time he was like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about how great Game Pass
I
is.
am sick and tired
See?
of hearing about it.
But
that doesn't mean it's not a great
You're
service.
giving this opinion
I have
full of
admitted.
bias.
I have admitted it is a great
Own the
service. Like I
bias.
said, it's the best service
Own
out
the
there.
bias.
I just have no desire to have it. There's no games I
Fake
personally
news.
want to play.
This is a spicy podcast. Oh my God almighty. All right, Skinny Matt. I'm just going to keep changing the subject. Y'all are stressing me out. What's something you are a snob about? Is it beer? How people take their coffee? Their video game console of choice? I'm going to start. I'm a burger snob. Like, I don't
really?
I
Do
am.
tell.
I don't like to eat like a McDonald's or a Wendy's burger. Like, the lowest on the tier of burgers I will go is Five Guys, and then I want a burger from like a really good place. Like, if I'm gonna eat a burger, which I know is inherently terrible for me, right?
Oh,
I'm
but
not
it's
eating,
so
I'm
worth
not,
it.
Yes,
But it's
I'm not
so
eating,
worth it.
I'm not eating a trashy one. I think the craving for a McDonald's something is very different than a good burger. And
So that's what I was going to
snob about
ask.
burgers.
Do you ever have the craving, though? Because
Like
I
a
do
quarter
sometimes
pounder?
have the craving for a McDonald's
Yes,
burger.
it happens every once in a
Burger?
while,
Not
and
like the chicken nuggets or something. Like
Yeah,
So I
that's
can't do
usually
the
what I
chicken. The texture of the
I like
chicken
the
is not
chicken.
for me. But like their burgers, like the way they flavor the beef with the cheese, it's not good. But it's like how sometimes I really want Taco Bell. Sometimes I do
I love Taco Bell.
I
want the
find,
bad burger too.
I find that I get.
But I'm with you, Elaine.
I have a tier of. I don't. If I want a beef product, I'll probably go to Taco Bell instead of getting a burger from McDonald's. Like, I'd probably
I
do
like
that.
idea.
I don't go to
Do
McDonald's.
you guys
but
have the habit out in Jersey?
I think we do. Are they good?
I've never heard of
They
this.
are good.
Are they
It's really
good?
It's up there with
Okay.
Five Guys. It's
Okay.
like the equivalent of Five Guys. So
Okay.
If you have,
I don't-
if you have one, I would.
I'll have to check and see. I'm gonna check that out. I like Five Guys. I don't like Smash Burger. Like, I'm very particular
Yeah,
about
I've had
burgers. I don't like
Smash
Smash
and
Burger.
We have Five
It's not big
Guys,
up in
obviously,
Smash.
and we have cheeseburger Bobbies.
I don't have that.
I'm a black and blue fan. I
you
like a
guys have
blackened
Fatburger?
burger with blue cheese, bacon,
like that
lettuce,
too.
tomato.
I like blue cheese. There's a place by my house. There's a bar here, and they serve a amazing burger. And they have these caramelized onions. They put blue cheese, and then they put a portobello mushroom on top. And you split that thing open. It's like those.
My
caramelized
wife is a
onions-
Swiss and mushroom.
I like
fan.
mushrooms. I go to Five Guys. I do like mushrooms in A1 and caramelized onions. I like
Can't
some
do
A1.
the mushrooms.
I like mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Like
I
on
can't do the
everything.
texture.
You're not. I know a lot of people like that. I like them in eggs. I like them.
The texture.
So I'm a burger snob. So what about you guys? Who wants to go? Donnie, what about you? You have a snob?
I've got
about
two.
anything? Let's hear it.
Game Pass.
Of course, that one doesn't count. Next question. Why you do this?
I am a snob when it comes to how people treat and clean their electronic devices. I've been told this my entire life. I can't stand it when
True, dude. You laugh because
Oh
it's
my God, he is.
I can't
Yes.
stand it when people have dirty screens, dirty glasses, dirty phones, dirty controllers, dirty consoles, dirty TVs. This shit drives me nuts.
he be judgy. He be judging.
I went to
that
Cheeseburger
a snob or is
Bobby's
that
to
just
get
judgy? I
a
feel like that's
black
judgy.
and blue cheeseburger, and I saw a guy eating a double quarter pounder burger and fries, typing on his computer, and I almost lost my shit and got escorted out of the. I was like, "What the
Oh,
hell are you
no.
doing? What are you doing?" He was just openly typing away, just burger in the
That's
mouth,
probably- that's
and
probably
just all in that computer.
That's
that
probably
drives
a company
me nuts.
laptop. That was probably a company.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Respect.
I
I don't know
don't.
if that's like
Respect the trade.
snobbish, though. That's not
That's-
like I have
that's a
to
little
have
bit.
this at the top tier. That's more of a just like I don't like dirty stuff. I don't know what is the thing where you're like I have to have this in the highest quality. That is snobbish. What is
Yeah.
that thing?
Yeah. Do you have that thing? While Donnie is thinking, Dev, do you have that thing?
Fucking audio. I'm
Oh,
an audio
like
snob. I cannot
headphones.
fucking stand.
you're a
when
tech
people
snob,
Just want
period.
to turn shit loud. I am a tech snob.
Yeah,
No,
just
but I-
technology and
Audio
But
snobbery
audio
is
is
very
different.
particular. It is.
yeah, but he's that
I'm
way
with
about
him.
all tech.
I know, but this is a very this is a quantifiable one. So
Like you gotta have the sound states. Like it can't just be just loud. There are so much nuance. There's so many
My
different
man.
levels to sound. Like you gotta have something where you're gonna be able to really experience. People don't realize how much of an experience the audio brings to a lot of things. So not having good sound drives me absolutely nuts. Like it irritates the bejesus out of me. I want to be able to hear it and hear everything.
It's
not
like when
just have
someone-
it up loud.
it's like someone when you're in someone's car and they turn the bass up too high. so it warbles the mids and the highs. That bums me out. I like a nice mix. I like it to vibe together. I'm with you. I like a nice very expensive pair of headphones. Before my hearing, everybody should know, as you get older, you lose range in your high frequencies. Okay? So before I lose too much of it, I want to hear the good shit. So I pay for expensive headphones. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
100%. Good sound is just...
You're still that way with all tech.
I
just love that Elaine comes to your defense, but...
No, I mean, he's got to give a single example.
In all fairness, Elaine, if I may pull rank, I've known him a bit longer. And every time anybody ever comes to Dev or expresses an interest in buying anything, Dev will give you the most premium option, and if you do not get it, he will shame you for all the things that you're missing out on in every regard. In monitors, in mice, in keyboards, in microphones, in microphone mounts, and computers, and the TV that you got. All of it.
But he could say that
come
of
to me
all
for
of
my
it.
expertise, that's what you're going to get.
He's going to get it.
Why that's what I do what I do. Like your mount, I want to chuck it into the river. Okay?
I moved it. You don't hear it anymore. I moved it.
I know you... No, I've heard it. And
on this podcast. It's on a completely different piece of furniture. It's not even connected.
It has nothing to do with that. It's not the furniture. It's the actual mount itself.
I'm not moving it.
And that
hasn't
I can't
moved.
believe we're fighting about this.
When you do move it, I hear it. It gets picked up.
Oh, like when I just move it like this, you hear it.
Yes.
Well, you just have to deal with that. That's on
Lord.
you. I can't help you there.
Delvin, do you have snobbery about something, or are you
Hip-hop.
just not? Oh, all right.
100%. I am a hip hop guru. I love hip hop. I think Dev knows about me.
Oh,
Don't come at me with the whack rap artist. I'm going to tell you
All
that's
right.
just trash.
None of that mumble rap nonsense.
Yes, I am truly a hip hop guy. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Nas, Outkast.
Ah, so good, man.
I can tell you about rappers from 20 years ago and quote it like it's yesterday. Big Daddy
That's
Kane,
good.
Rakim, Cool G Rap. That's my bag.
I like it. Donnie, did you think of something that you have snobbery for?
I really didn't. I like a lot of cheap stuff. I don't
That's fair.
know how much, like, I drink cheap liquor, you know? Like, it's not that I'm always cheap. It's like I like to think that I'm bang for the buck. I try to get the most that my money can afford. But I don't think I feel overly snobby. I was even thinking about my car, but, like, Lord knows I can't afford to pimp my cars like as much as people actually do. You know, like I'm putting new speakers in my car, but like I'm not getting the most expensive ones they showed me. I couldn't afford those, you know, but like cleanliness is really like my biggest pet peeve that a lot of people will hit me on. Dev says he's got one.
Colors. You're very, very, very snobby in particular about color and how it should appear on a screen or in a print, like your background that I see behind you. You have a particular taste when it comes to the way things should look on a screen or in a print.
I've seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay. I'll take
That's
that.
pretty good. That's a good one. That's realistic.
I have a style that I vibe with. For sure. I think most
everybody
people
does.
do.
But I think you are particular about it in a very,
I am particular
you
about it.
express it. And you're
If I don't like it, like if you bring me
You will
something I
know.
don't like,
you will
it's
know.
done. Yeah.
You post a screenshot that doesn't have that pop of vibrance.
He's like, "Get
going
out."
to call you out for
Get
it.
out.
Like, what is this shit?
Get out.
Pretty much true.
100%.
That's true.
All right. I think we're gonna end it there. I'm gonna save these other couple questions for next week, because we've been doing this for a while and you guys are ridiculous, and I have to like get up and do a job tomorrow. I have to like go herd cats at my actual adult job tomorrow. All right. Before we cut out, let me give a shout out to our Patreon live on air producers. Thank you to everybody who supports the show on Patreon at any level and who supports it even if you can't pay on Twitter and Discord and all those good things. I'm sure that Donnie will, or whoever will, include links to our tweets, our Bird app profiles in the show notes if you wish to have them. I love calling it that. All right, our Patreon on-air producers: Michael Masick, Edwin Calo, Stephen Keller, Nick Creature, Ben Moxham, Nick Faulhaber, Paul Callicoat, Kyle Haiman, Devin Tyus, Josh Borbone, RJ Kern, Horse Girl 69, Zack
Nice.
Adams, Joe Wilson, and AJ Pentecost. Thanks, y'all. You're the
Yeah,
best.
and I do want to say real quick, I've had a really shitty day. And I couldn't think of a better way of kind of forgetting about it for a little bit than hanging out with my friends. And I
feel
did
that.
forget about it for a little bit. So
I've had a rough week for different reasons than you, and you know what? Yeah, laughing with you chuckleheads makes me very happy. So thank
Yep.
you. I'm just mad that my hair isn't as good as Dev's. I'm like,
Well,
thinking
then we
about
all-
it.
yeah, we
Why-
were all
yeah,
that way.
Delvin's like, I'm
We were
just
all that
mad.
way.
It's so pretty.
I'm always.
You need a samurai bun to happen. Like you need to do that for a cosplay or something.
I'll probably see if I can get it into a bun, but I'm gonna get it braided up. I haven't had it braided in a while because COVID.
Okay. Yeah, you gonna get braided soon? I want to see it.
I'll have it braided next week.
All right, then I'll be extra jealous next week because I'll be like, mine doesn't look that pretty braided. Damn it. All right, I think that's everything. Anybody have anything else? We're good?
Waffles suck.
I'm going to take my French toast loving ass out of here until next week. Play some video games, y'all.
This will not stand. I'm not ending the show with that as
French
the final thing.
Freaking toast.